You're 8 years old, and you live in a mansion with marble floors and a fountain in the courtyard. Your father owns half the state. At least that's what the whispers say when adults think you're not listening. You don't really understand what he does. Something about business, something about logistics. That's the word everyone uses, logistics. At the time, you think your life is norma. You don't yet know that in a few years you'll be pulled out of school and never allowed to return. Your childhood is strange in ways you won't understand until much later. You go to the best private school in the city. Uniforms pressed, classrooms air-conditioned, teachers who smile too much when your father's name comes up. You have friends. You play soccer during recess. You share snacks and trade cards and laugh at stupid jokes. Normal kid stuff. Except there are always two men waiting outside the school gates. They wear polo shirts and jeans, but everyone knows what they are. Security. They drive you home in a black SUV with windows you can't see through from the outside. Your friends think it's cool. You think it's just how things are. At home there are more men. Some work in the garden. Some stand near the doors. They all carry phones and speak in low voices and stop talking when you walk past. Your mother tells you they're there to keep the family safe. From what? From bad people, she says. She never explains who the bad people are. Your father travels constantly. Sometimes he's gone for weeks. When he returns, there are parties. Men in expensive shirts smoking cigars on the terrace. Women in dresses laughing too loud. You're supposed to stay upstairs during these gatherings, but sometimes you sneak to the balcony and watch. Your father commands the room. People lean in when he speaks. They nod. They agree. Always. One night you ask him what he does for work. He looks at you for a long moment. Then he smiles and says he helps people get what they need. He makes sure things move from one place to another. That's all. Just moving things. You accept this answer because you're 8 and you don't know what else to ask. School continues. You're good at math. Terrible at reading. Your teacher says you need to focus more. Your mother hires a tutor, an older woman who comes to the house 3 times a week and makes you read aloud until your throat hurts. You hate it, but you improve. Slowly. Your best friend is a kid named Daniel. His father owns a car dealership. Normal rich, not your kind of rich. You go to his house sometimes. It's smaller, quieter. His parents ask you questions about school and hobbies and actually wait for answers. It feels different, lighter. But even at Daniel's house, there's a man parked across the street, watching, waiting. Daniel's mom notices once and asks if everything's okay. You say yes. You don't know what else to say. Things start shifting when you're 10. Subtle at first. Your father's trips become longer. The parties stop. The house feels tense. Your mother spends hours on the phone speaking in clipped sentences. More men appear. They don't just stand anymore. They patrol. You count 8 of them one afternoon. Then 12. Your father sits you down one evening. His face is serious. He tells you the family is going through a difficult time. Business problems. People who don't want us to succeed. You need to be careful. Stay close to security. Don't talk to strangers. Don't answer questions about family. You nod. You still don't fully understand. At school, things change too. Your teacher pulls you aside and asks if everything's all right at home. You say yes. She doesn't look convinced. Some of the other kids start acting weird around you. Distant. Their parents probably said something. You stop getting invited to birthday parties. Daniel's mom calls your mother. You overhear part of the conversation. She's worried. She thinks maybe Daniel shouldn't come over anymore. Not because of you, because of the situation. Your mother's voice is cold when she responds. Fine. Understood. The call ends. You never see Daniel outside school again. The tension climbs. Your father's meetings move inside the house now. Men arrive at odd hours. Raised voices leak through closed doors. Once you hear something shatter, your mother rushes you upstairs and turns on a movie. Loud. She sits with you, but she's not watching, she's listening. One morning, you wake up and there are trucks outside. Not delivery trucks. Military style. Armored. Men in tactical gear standing in formation. Your mother is packing suitcases. Fast. Messy. not like her. She tells you to get dressed. Now, we're leaving for a few days. Just a precaution. You don't go to school that day, or the next, or the day after. A week passes, then 2. Your mother says you're on an extended vacation. The house you're staying in is bigger than your real home, more isolated, surrounded by walls you can't see over, armed men at every entrance. No more fountain, no more garden, just concrete and steel and silence. Your tutor arrives. She's nervous. She doesn't stay long each day. You ask when you're going back to school. Soon, your mother says, but her eyes say something else. They say never. You're 12 when you realize you're never going back. Not to that school, not to that life. Your mother stops saying soon. She stops saying anything about it. The tutor comes daily now. Math, history, English. She doesn't make small talk anymore. Just teaches and leaves. You ask about Daniel once. Your mother's face tightens. That's not our concern right now. You don't ask again. Your father appears less frequently. When he does, he looks older, thinner. He spends hours in the office with men whose faces you're learning to recognize. They speak in code you're starting to understand. Shipments, routes, problems in the north, solutions that need implementing. You're not supposed to hear, but the walls aren't thick enough. Or maybe nobody cares anymore if you hear. 13 arrives without celebration. No party, no friends, just cake with your mother and 2 bodyguards standing in the corner. She tries to smile, but it doesn't reach her eyes. Your father calls from somewhere. He doesn't say where. Happy birthday, mijo. I'll see you soon. The line goes dead before you can respond. You blow out the candles alone. The houses keep changing. Every few months, a new location. New walls, new guards, same isolation. You stop unpacking completely. Why bother? You're learning this is permanent. This is your life now. Luxury and loneliness. Safety and suffocation. Your father starts including you in certain conversations. Not the dangerous ones, the business ones. He explains supply chains like you're discussing groceries, logistics, distribution networks, cash flow. He never says cocaine, but you know. Everyone knows. He's teaching you, preparing you. You don't want to learn, but you absorb it anyway. What choice do you have? 14. The tutor is replaced. The new one is older, stricter. Former professor. He teaches economics, political science, strategy. Your father hired him specifically. This isn't about education anymore. It's about training. You're being shaped into something, someone, the inheritor, the next generation. You never agreed to this role, but nobody asked. You overhear your mother crying one night. She's on the phone with someone. Her sister, maybe. I didn't want this for him. He was supposed to be different. Her voice cracks. But there's no way out now. You stand in the hallway, listening. She doesn't know you're there. Or maybe she does and doesn't care. The truth is finally being spoken aloud. 15 brings responsibility. Your father takes you to a meeting. Just observe, he says. Learn how this works. 6 men sit around a table discussing territory disputes, money owed, problems that need solving. They speak carefully around you, but you understand the subtext. Someone will die because of decisions made in this room. Your father nods along, asks questions, makes suggestions. This is his world. Soon it will be yours. You hate him sometimes, for building this empire, for trapping you inside it, for making your mother cry, for stealing your childhood and replacing it with armed guards and paranoia. But you also understand him. He came from nothing. He built something, and in his mind, he's protecting you, providing for you, giving you power in a world that respects nothing else. 16. You're taller now. Your voice deepened. You look like him. Everyone says so. You've stopped fighting the inevitable, stopped imagining escape. Where would you go? What would you do? This is all you know. Your father's health is failing. Stress, lifestyle, Age. He's grooming you faster now, teaching you contacts, showing you accounts, explaining structures. You're not ready, but time doesn't care. Your mother has gone quiet, not sad anymore, just resigned. She watches you become him and says nothing. Sometimes you catch her staring like she's looking at a ghost. Her son died somewhere along the way. What's left is just the inheritor, the next boss, the continuation of a cycle she can't break. Late at night, you think about Daniel sometimes. Wonder what he's doing. If he's at university, if he has friends, if he's normal, free. You could have been that in another life, different family, different choices made decades before you were born. But you weren't. You're this, and there's no rewriting it. Your father sits you down one final time. His hands shake slightly. You're old enough now to understand what we've built, what it costs, what it requires. He pauses, looks at you hard. I'm sorry you were born into this, but you were, and now you have to decide who you'll be within it. He stands slowly, leaves you sitting there, alone with the weight of a choice that was never really yours to make. The guards outside shift positions. The walls stay solid. The Empire waits. And you're still just a kid who wanted to go to school and have friends and be normal. But that kid is gone. What remains is something else entirely. Something you never asked to become but can't avoid being. This is the Cartel family. This is the inheritance. And it's already too late to refuse it.